Everybody's laughing because we're having some fun at some other personal development and success coaches seminars that have do you some pretty funky stuff, you know, to help you lose the demons in you. Having never, even though I've been to several of the other guys' seminars, when I was first getting into the business 20 years ago, I spent 6, 7, 8, 9 months going to everybody's seminars to see what the competition was and to see what other people provided vis-a-vis success training, etc. And I found out at that time, 20 years ago, although the industry's come along, there's a lot of guys that are out there that are pretty good, but certainly not on how to build a business, how to make any money, create value for shareholders and that kind of thing, which is really what my specialty is. But we were poking some fun because virtually, who in the room has not been to a motivation seminar? No, not that didn't. That have not. Okay. Ein, zwei, drei, vier. Fünf. Okay. How many have been to? Okay. Let's differentiate. Success seminars from motivation. Success seminars. How many have been to them? Okay, most of the room. Okay. So, motivation less, success more. How many have been to business seminars? Okay, I mean, has the Ramona been to anything? Yeah, me. Okay, yeah, give it to me. Yeah. Okay, so they've been to business seminars. And I think that's the way it should be. Business seminars, you might learn something. Might. The operative word is might. The motivational seminars, I think, as I've said, you know, pretty much ad nauseum during the last 3 days, aren't worth that much. And personal development seminars, for the most part, aren't worth that much. But I'm differentiated from those guys because in the high performance stuff that I do, I'm here to teach you how to take no money and turn it into lots of money. And I know some of you that are on there, the YouTubers will say the money's not everything, but you're right, it's not. But you have more choices. Even for a YouTuber, you got more choices. And the reason that the high performance people like that are up there, and I don't want you to show the picture, but just to give you an idea of who's on the influencer wall: Donald Trump, Steinbrenner, Ross Perot, Maggie Thatcher, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Edison, Sam Walton, Ray Kroc, Walt Disney, Aristotle Onassis, Jack Welch. These are guys that, Steve Jobs, these are guys that that's about a fifth of them that influenced my life. Some of which I knew personally, some of which I didn't know personally. I didn't know Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates personally, although I'm almost old enough to know them. And they were the first, really, the threesome that were perfected the mentor model, where one mentored the other and the other one mentored the other. And that's what we just finished talking about 30 minutes ago. And we've now talked about perception is reality, and we're talking about leadership now. And without leadership skills, either by you or by your dream team, you know, it'll be more difficult for you to utilize the QLA methodology. I would highly recommend that you look at the ebook. The ebook's for free. It's 20,000 words, which is a lot to read, but if you're really interested in changing your life and you want to fulfill your dreams, then it's a great read. There's some people in this room, myself included, that have read it more than once, a couple times. Of course, I wrote it. It took me 7 weeks to write. I'm not inclined to write another one anytime soon, but it's a great read, and it's truthful, it's 100% accurate, and I can back it up with letters, emails, tweets, recorded conversations, YouTubes, and films that are locked away in the archives of several vaults someplace else, you know, if I ever have to prove it. But I can prove it. And I think the most inspiring thing for me as a coach mentor is the fact that we have people here that are here for the 6th, 2nd, 10th time in over the years. You've been here a lot. You haven't been here recently, but you're back. My wife's attending this seminar, which she hasn't been in a while. But in the early years, she attended virtually all of them. So the stuff works. Now, past, present, and future leadership. The leadership model hasn't changed in 1,000 years. Okay? It certainly hasn't, the business leadership model hasn't changed in the last 200 or 300 years. So it's not new. But what we've done with QLA, and what I've done in the last 20 years, in the last 40 years of my career, is I documented it, I memorialized it into a methodology that is pretty simple, I think. But more importantly, it's been very effective. Now, I've told you I don't sell product anymore. If you want my product, go to Torrent or steal it someplace else. I don't care. But I don't sell product anymore. If you want a clean copy of the book, email my office and I'll see what I can do to help you. I've countless pages of free content on my website. And if you just look at Torrent and my stuff on my website and you take my tests on my website, you'll be quantum leaps ahead in your fulfilling your dreams. The ultimate is, and I don't make it easy to come here, there's only, I only let between 9 and 11, 12 people come at a time, is to come to the castle. But if you don't come, that's fine. We're fully booked virtually all the time. That's okay too. Are there any questions that you'd like to share with the YouTube audience? Not that you give a shit about them, but I mean, you want to share anything with them?
Just a quick question.
A quick question.
All those influencers, do you have to read their books, or I know some you've met, some you've
I have.
You've heard about them, but how did you learn about all
Okay, the question is, all the influencers, and I think there's about 35 or 40 up there, have I met? Some of them I met in person. Coach John Wooden, the greatest basketball coach, arguably the greatest coach of all time, and anything I have personally met. I've been on the dais with. Okay, Golda Meir I didn't meet. Walt Disney I did meet. Albert Einstein I didn't meet. Jack Welch I have met. You don't have to go buy all their books, although virtually I think every single one of those guys up there have written a book. But you can Google. Now, I'm not a big proponent of Wikipedia, but I mean, you can get the gist of their lives on Wikipedia. The bottom line is, Machiavelli, I quote Teddy Roosevelt, I quote George Steinbrenner, I quote obviously Jim Newman, Release Your Brakes is one of the books I highly recommend, one of my mentors. I also have never met Napoleon Hill, but I mean his book, Think and Grow Rich, I recommend highly. It's another one of the books, but I mean I've only recommended 4 or 5 books. That's it. And that's not to take anything away from all the thousands and hundreds of thousands of books that have been written. But if you got to read 5,000 books, or even 500 books, something's not right with you. I mean, you're not operating with but 1 or 2 cylinders. Something's not right. I mean, it doesn't take you 500 books to figure this shit out. The most important thing about reading any of these books, and all these guys here on and gals on my influencers, take action. They don't read fucking books. They take action. They don't read fucking books. I can't make it any clearer than that. They don't do spreadsheets. They don't do templates. They take fucking action. How do you say that in Italian?
Non fanno tabelle, ma prendono l'iniziativa.
Was the word fucking in there? No, I know, okay. How do you say it in Spanish? They take action.
Toman acción.
Okay. How do you say it in Lithuanian?
Yeah, imasi veiksmų.
Okay, he sounds like a Klingon, I'm telling you, from Star Trek. Okay, how do you say it in German?
How
How do you say it in Congolese?
In French, ils prennent action, ils agissent.
Ooh, that sounds sexy. It's the yish. It's the yish. Okay? Megan, how do you say it in Scottish?
Take fucking action.
Take fucking action. No, not yet, not yet. Okay, take fucking action. They take action. Okay? They take action. You know, if Thomas Edison, who did 10,000 experiments, you know, he found 9,999 ways that didn't work for his deal. But if he sat to do templates and read books, he would have never done 10,000, and we would never have got, you know, the things that he invented, and, not the least of which the light bulb and whatever else he invented. They took action. And I made an analogy earlier about my dad taking action that backfired on him, you know, many, many years ago, because my dad was an assertive guy, he took a lot of action, and all the assertive things I do don't work out. But guess what, kids? You're watching YouTube, and these people are paying a lot of money to be here because of, I used to be the $400 million man, and now I'm the $50 billion man because I've created $50 billion in equity for my mentees and devotees. You're not here for all the mistakes I made. You're here for the fucking action that worked out. I've got a whole list. I could fill out, you know, many volumes of writing about my mistakes, but you hear about the things that were successful. So take action, and if it doesn't work out, take action again. Thanks, good night, we'll see you in the morning.